Hey, it's Arlen Schweiger, editor-in-chief of CE Pro, and I've got Rich Secor, territory sales manager for Garden Light LED, joining me today. Rich, thanks for taking the time to talk about lighting technology with CE Pro.
Thanks, no problem. Pleasure to be here.
Great. Well, Rich, let's start with Garden Light LED. Can you tell us a little bit about the company for those people who might not be too familiar with it? And then also what you guys have done for, the latest solutions with, let's say maybe over the past year or so.
Well, Garden Light is based out of Tampa, Florida. They've been around since 1996. One of our claims to fame is the full integration of the LED chips that we designed and put into our lights. It was a box-in, box-out store to start, but now through the years we've evolved, like the lighting industry, into much more than just regular old lights that people used to put in the ground. Now it's become, like you said, a innovation type of process of lighting out there. What we've developed in the last about year and a half, is actually in the last few months that have come to us, is our new Rev Light. Our new Rev Light is what we call the combination of the best of both worlds. So it is a fully integrated light that actually, if you want me to show it to you real quick, it's a fully integrated light with a drop-in LED module, okay, which is new to the industry because people were looking for ease of service. So you get the benefit of a drop-in bulb fixture with the full technology of full integration. So I think this is going to revolutionize. I mean, it's some people may have tried to do something, but we perfected what's going on out there as far as that. And second, which will be coming out within the next month, is our RGB line. We're going to be coming out with our brand new RGB line. I know people have done RGB, but when you see what we got coming out, it's going to be different than everybody else, and it's going to simplify guys doing the RGB lighting now, which has become what I call flavor of the month that everybody wants. And again, we are trying to get what everybody wants out there so the consumers out there are happy.
Very good, Rich. Thank you so much. And tell me, do you guys focus, is it only on outdoor lighting, or do you do a bit of indoor? I mean, obviously your name kind of says outdoors.
Correct. Yeah. No, we are strictly outdoor lighting. But some people have used our lights for indoors occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Certain applications, it's been kind of funny. Guys use our mini well lights for interior lighting poles and stuff in the house. And it is funny because it is low voltage, so it works pretty much anywhere. You're not worried about, things happening. But again, most of our stuff that we do design-wise and everything is designed for outdoors.
Great. So, Rich, tell me more about these products and the applications that they can really be problem solvers with for dealers out there in terms of, having the flexibility these days to meet a range of demands in terms of both performance and aesthetics for clients these days and their designers.
Well, look at it this way. What I like to say is that we are a company that, and I did if you guys go to our YouTube page, I did a thing called We Got a Light for That. The reason why is that's, to me, our marketing concept, because we can basically fill the needs that all the installers are what they're looking for. If you're looking to light up certain niche areas, we have our Micromax lights. If you're looking to light up submersible areas, we have our S3 lights. There's nothing that with our product line that when an installer goes out there, or a designer, or anybody doing anything, architects, if they're looking to do those things, we have an answer for it. So, our S1 line, which is a very small hockey puck looking light we have one that's submersible, one they use on second stories of houses. We have, again, our Micromaxes with 5 different optic lights. So it depends on what you're looking for under railings, fire pits, outdoor bars, living areas. We can do it. What other thing that's great with our product line is that if they're looking for something special that's out of the box, because we have on-board engineers and stuff, we can do that work inside the house also. So there's nothing out there that we cannot do for you. Now, aesthetically, I always tell guys this. A little thing is as they're trying to sell shades or AV guys inside the house, and they're saying, "Oh wow, I can match your shades to your house." Well, guess what? We also have a product line aesthetically that can match the outside because we have 4 different finishes. We have black, AB, SSA, and brass. So we're not just confined into prototypically the brass fixture that everybody else is carrying. We have that array of different colors. So again, for that person that doesn't care about technology or all this is just looking for a beautiful look, we have the answer for that also.
So you have a balance between standard solutions, but then also it sounds like you could do custom solutions for pretty much anything. An integrator will come to you and say, "Hey, my customer needs this," or their designer's saying, "Hey, we need something out there. Um, what can you make for us?"
Exactly, exactly. Recently we had a client, one of my other territory manager. There was an outdoor grill thing that he needed for a certain light to go over grills. He sent us a prototype of what he's looking for. We helped develop it and make it for him. One of our top lights that we have as far as our cage light, pool cage lights, was inspired by one of our installers. Excuse me. So, yes, the capabilities are endless when it comes to garden light because we're trying to exceed the expectations of your average installer. Dealing with garden light and installers, and we're talking architects, it's the beauty of the fact that when they can talk to us, we have an answer for them. We're not going to try and bypass it or we'll say, wait, maybe try and fit this in. No, you're looking for something specific, we try and answer those questions.
Great. So, Rich, that sounds like you're talking about, maybe some of those really tailored solutions that you guys can do. What other trends, I don't know, I wouldn't know if maybe we classify those as trends, but in general, what are some of the trends that your dealers are reporting these days that, the stakeholders in the project are being requested by them these days, whether it's a designer, an architect, client himself, or themselves for families. What are they looking for?
Well, every client is different and every area is different. So, it's kind of like on a per base basis, but in general, I find like all my years of doing business anywhere, it's ease of business. They want products that are going to be easy to use, to install, do what they can on demand, okay, so that they're not have to play with a lot of parts. To me, best example, as I always say, your new smart TVs and everything else, you got all these channels, you got all these things, and guess what? People want that ease, but guess they want it so it's simple that you can just do what it wants to do. With the lighting issue, what I'm seeing now is guys want products that they can use that's simple, but yet get all the effects that they're looking for. When they're out there in being cold weather or hot weather, they're the guys that are doing all the work and stuff like that. They want to make it so it's simple for them to make adjustments, and that the homeowner understands that it's simple for them to work with. But they also want the technology. They're looking for stuff that's not better than the what you call box in, box out store stuff. So with Garden Light, we offer that with the finishes and the quality. Again, our product is made out of 661 air core cut aluminum, so it's easier to work with as far as the heat sinking and all those things that come with it. They want something simpler as far as how to install it, as far as the wiring. They don't want to have to junction box everything. So if we can listen to the installers more, like in any business, when you listen to them, they're going to tell you what we need. We as a manufacturer have to come with the answers to satisfy those needs.
Great. And you said it's all low voltage. Is that right? For
All low
the
voltage,
ease
correct.
of installation there.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So, Rich, the dealers that are really doing well selling, designing, installing systems, um, how do they start having the discussions with the customers who come in there? How do they design and demonstrate their own showrooms, perhaps to, outfit maybe some different vignettes where they can show off the garden light LED solutions. How are they demoing these products? It seems like a very experiential solution out there.
Well, what we offer at Garden Light, which I think is, and it's so funny. I just actually got off the phone with a Zoom meeting with a new client coming aboard, and that was one of the conversations we had: is how are we going to help the end users, the installers? How are they going to get the business going? And that's one thing we pride ourselves at Garden Light. I look at it as old school, all my years being in business, that we actually help guys get their businesses going. We're not throwing lights in your hand. We're not going, here you go out and sell some lights. Have some fun. No, we want to make sure that you understand our lights. We want you to understand the business of lighting. So that means we're going to help with training as far as design work. We're going to help you with designs. We're going to help you understand how to do it on your own. We are going to set you up with our presentation kit and our Showtime closer. To me, that's the 1-2 punch for us. Why? The Showtime closer is going to help you do demos at night, so you're going to be able to show how the house is going to look. Similar to the picture in the background, you're using a demo, showing that at night is that wow factor. Everybody else can show a picture on a book. Anybody can make anything look nice in a picture. But when you can physically show them how the house can look that night and have those discussions with the client, that solidifies the sale on the spot. It cuts your time in half. Second, the presentation kit is now how you're going to be able to put the fixture in their hand, show them how it's going to work, how you're going to light a house with that particular fixture. So what does that do with the homeowner or that person they're selling the project to? It's going to give them ownership right off the bat. So all of these things, these components that we do, and we don't just stop at go. We keep going throughout the whole time we're doing business with you. Anytime anybody needs help with any kind of training, we do dealer congresses, which we just finished one a couple weeks ago, where we invite installers to come to us for a 2-day training period. Okay, it's intense. It's so forward that guys walk out there spitting bullets, going, I'm ready to do lighting now. They can't wait to get out there and sell their first or second job. So we have a motto: by watering ourselves, we water others. It's an old school way of doing things, but I think it's coming back, where guys just don't want to look on a screen somewhere and say, okay, I can figure this out. They need someone to help them. And that's what we do every single day with all our clients.
Yeah, very good. Now, you mentioned having some of the demos in the evenings. I was going to ask you about that because lighting, it's certainly different to see during the day and during the night. So I wanted to ask about, hey, is there a certain time? Is it best at twilight? Do you need to go for like booking an hour right around sundown? How does that work? And then not only with the daylight between, the evenings and the afternoons, but what about the seasonality to it in terms of, there's going to be a lot more uh, visually, I guess, to light up when all the trees are in bloom and everything like that. Um, do integrators take into account that, you know, during the winter time where you can see the lights, I'm sure, a lot better because you're not looking through leaves and they're not getting covered maybe and all that.
Right.
Is that do they take that into consideration as well when they're setting up demos? I mean, obviously it depends on the customer what time of year they're coming in, but I'm sure they need to bring it up in a conversation.
Yes, they do. Part of what we do is our training is that conversational qualifying the customer, but also when you go to the customer's house and do that walkthrough. Okay. One of the good things of having the presentation kit is bringing that in the house, because then you can actually have the conversation then and there of where they like to look at the lighting. Do you see yourself looking from the inside of the house out? So a lot of times people, especially that are in the Northeast area where you got a lot of heavy winters, winter comes, guess what? They're not going outside enjoying the lighting. So they want to be able to see their lighting from the inside. Say they're at the kitchen and they're looking outside. They want to visually see their backyard bigger. So you take all those things into consideration, depending if you're in a warmer climate area. Okay. How big is your property line? How far out do you like to go? You walk through these things, you ask these questions to your clients, and you want to see where they emphasize what they like. And these are the things that you want to emphasize when you're doing the lighting and the demo. You want to show them those effects. We like to say, you're increasing your square footage of the house without paying any more taxes at night. A lot of realtors now are using nighttime photos for selling houses at night, seeing the house lit up. And all those things are questions you ask as far as your walkthrough. So you see where the customer, some people, they spend all their time outside. So, you need to emphasize the outside. Sometimes people you may think are going outside, but literally they're staying in their kitchen or they're staying in their living room, but they have big windows and they want to see everything outside. It all depends on the areas and where they're at, and the seasons do make a difference on emphasizing. If you have, say, great example, Japanese maple. Japanese maple during the summertime, red blooming. Wintertime, it's covered in snow. We recommend certain lights to go underneath the bush to illuminate. So in the wintertime, that looks like a snow globe. Okay. So all these different effects can happen when you ask the simple questions. And we help train guys to ask these questions, to know what to ask and how to not attack, but I say make the customer happy with what they're going to get in the process all year round, whatever the lighting process. But the beauty is lighting is something that never ends. So once you get a job started, hey, whatever you do in the summer, the wintertime comes and the customer sees something, it'll set you up for the next season to light up something else.
Yeah, I think that people probably um, maybe overlook that part of the sale. Maybe they're not thinking like, hey, is this something that can I use it all year round? Where I'm thinking to myself, as long as it doesn't get buried in a blizzard, um, the lights actually like against the snow and ice, like that must be pretty spectacular to see, I would imagine.
Well, it actually does. And on our website, some of our application photos are with snow covered areas to show the effect of our lights when they look in the winter. So again, outdoor lighting is not just for the sunniness like we're here in Florida, light them up with all different colors. It is around the country and around the world a new way to really emphasize your outdoor. Again, ever since COVID and everything else, and people starting to want to be in-house more and being around the house and enjoy their property more instead of being outwards, lighting has become so important on the way people live their lives. I myself love the fact that when I can go outside every night and look outside and just examine and just admire my lighting, and it is something that customers, and to me, it becomes addictive. It's an addictive way of doing something. Once you start lighting some up, I tell my guys all the time, I guarantee you're going to get a call again and again and again. Hey, can you light this up? Hey, can you light that up? Because customers just don't want to stop, because once they get it started, it becomes inevitable. They're going to light everything up.
I bet I could just see that one part of the yard gets done, and it's just like the Trojan horse, right? It's just you get in there, and then
It's the
every part
gift
of
that keeps on giving.
every part of the yard winds up getting done, even
Yep.
areas they didn't think they were going to be doing. Now, Rich, do you guys have is it reps around the country that go on site potentially if dealers need help finishing up a project, for challenges that they need some uh, assistance overcoming, things like that?
Well, we have our national sales director, Bruce Kennison, which I think you've met once before. He is our on the ground guy that goes around the country. And yes, Bruce has been traveling a lot lately. He's been going to job sites, helping recommendations on jobs, helping new installers get going. And again, this is where we always take those extra efforts with Garden Light. We don't just say, here's some lights. We have ways of constantly helping you. So, we set appointments up with guys if it's just for training purposes, or if they have jobs that they want us to go out and see. Yes, we have people on the ground ready to do that.
Awesome. Rich, just to kind of wrap things up for this, in terms of looking ahead, having things for the rest of the year, kind of integrators need to fill up their calendars. Where can they find you with when it comes to trainings, any other trade shows you're going to be at, and just generally being able to contact you?
Well, again, you can go to our website, gardenlightled.com. And from there, if you want to become an installer, you can sign up as want to become a dealer or installer. And from there, it'll be going to the proper territory manager to contact you. And from there, we start talking about the training and everything you need to do along that line to get involved with Garden Light. As far as shows, we're basically going to be at pretty much any show that's coming up. I know that we're going to be everywhere. So I don't know exactly particular ones that are coming up, but I know between Bruce and me and our other territory managers will be representing us at Garden Light, because especially with all our new lines that we've come up with the RGB, with the Rev and everything we have to show, we're dying to get out there and let people know what we're doing.
All right, very good. And where can they find you on your website or your social channels?
Well, social channels, again, we're on Instagram, Garden Light Instagram all the time. Again, gardenlightled.com is the website. Just go there and you'll be able to find all the information you need to know about all us guys, the company, our reps, everything you need to know. And as far as social media, we are starting to blitzkrieg the social media effort as far as with all the new product line. So if you don't find us, we're definitely going to find you.
All right, sounds good. Well, on that note, Rich Secor, Territory Sales Manager for Garden Light LED. Thanks so much for joining us at CE Pro and enlightening us a bit about outdoor lighting and fixtures, and expanding your sales with outdoor lighting. It's always great when they can sell a bit more, right? So,
You
Rich,
got it
thanks
right.
again.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, man.
Thank you. You too.